it's important to maximise your speed onto there and get on that curves as well. You get a fresh allocation, don't forget, as you cross the line. Now, down into turn 1, the track plummets away from you. Aim for the cone on the right-hand side and use a bit of the extra tarmac as well on the left-hand side. The car normally understeers quite severely through turn 2 before it goes back down the hill, and it's hard to slow the car down as you're turning constantly into turn 3. Flick the car to the right now and use all of the exit curb and extra tarmac on the left-hand side to maximise your speed onto the straight. Now, in towards turn 6, a fast left-hand corner brings you into turn 7, the forward curve, and you can use a lot of the exit curb here as well to feed you onto that straight before you plummet back downhill towards the Dunlop curve down at turn 8. This one's a heavily cambered corner which...
You know, I asked for a quiet race.
Right, we're gonna try that track guide once again.
A lap of the Nürburgring is a difficult one to master. The start-finish straight comes up at you after the final corner at turn 16. It's important to maximise your speed onto there and get on that curves as well. You get a fresh allocation, don't forget, as you cross the line. Now, down into turn 1, the track plummets away from you. Aim for the cone on the right-hand side and use a bit of the extra tarmac as well on the left-hand side. The car normally understeers quite severely through turn 2 before it goes back down the hill, and it's hard to slow the car down as you're turning constantly into turn 3. Flick the car to the right now and use all of the exit curb and extra tarmac on the left-hand side to maximise your speed onto the straight. Now, in towards turn 6, a fast left-hand corner brings you into turn 7, the forward curve, and you can use a lot of the exit curb here as well to feed you onto that straight before you plummet back downhill towards the Dunlop curve down at turn 8. This one's a heavily cambered corner, which means you can carry more speed than you'd first imagine, and it helps pull the car to the right-hand side and catapults you up the next straight towards this flat-out left-right kink at the Schumacher S-curve. The track continues to climb towards turn 11, the 90-degree left-hander, brake just after the 100-meter board, carry a lot of speed into this one. You can use the exit curb and then swing the car over to the right-hand side at turn 12, and again, all of the curb on the exit to maximise the speed on the next straight through the flat-out right-hand kink at turn 13. Get the car to the right-hand side and brake again just after the 100-meter board. Don't be too greedy around this final tricky chicane. It's easy to overdo it and lose speed. Then into the final corner on the track once again, feeds you on to the start-finish straight, use all of the exit curb and that final curves boost, and that's a lap of the Nürburgring.
Right, well there you go. There's the lap of the Nürburgring. It is currently raining. We are currently out on intermediate tyres.
Let's give this a go.
Sounds like this works.
We'll be going to track shortly, be aware. Clear.
Which means they're definitely going to be in a bad position. Only back in 5th. Probably coming up on the front row. First place, really, but on the front row. Yeah. Sharky, I'll keep an eye on Jigsaw's, okay?
Yeah, okay.
We'll have to keep an eye on the rest. And in the first corner, that looks to be a possible 3 wide with a Williams and a Mercedes. It climbs up a little bit, people bumping, but clean otherwise. This Ferrari working on way around the outside. I think that would be Speed Beam, and he's dropped back a ton in the start of the race. Oof. It looks to be a Red Bull wide into the Dunlop curve and way out into the gravel trap. I'm thinking that would be Samster. Definitely a little too deep into the curve and it just sent him way off into the gravel trap. Tons of time losses. It looks to be a Lotus and a Mercedes going wide in the frickin' end of sector 2. That is
language, please, Sacco. We are sponsored.
Oh my, this is a little bit of a hectic race. Oh, there looks to be another incident there. And then a wedge. Oh, don't even know what to say. This is. Well, what do you think, Sharky? How do you think this is going so far?
It's. Well, I've currently just been looking back from I Love Jigsaw's car.
I'm guessing you've seen the fun back here.
I am coming back there now to have a look.
Well, go back to like 3rd or 4th place and look on your way back. I mean, it's filed out now, but it took a couple spins to take care of the filing part.
And it does look good.
It's better now than what it did about a minute ago.
Seems to be a nice straight line at the moment.
Earlier it was 3 wide into the chicane. That's never going to work.
And no, you can just about get one vehicle through there. I'm just wondering if anyone's challenging for first.
It looks like, yeah, Steve-O is holding the lead pretty comfortably with the Mercedes. Van de Koyp in second, so definitely a significant gap occurring there.
I think that is Schumacher, IMA and Righteous tag. Which is P10 and P11.
Things are starting to spread out here between the mid-pack and the front runners. And definitely after a little bit of contact, but it looks like things have sorted out. Hopefully things will quiet down for the next couple laps.
Well, I don't know. I'm on a battle now between Righteous, I believe, as I said, Schumacher, IMA, and I believe Righteous tag. Let's just pop back and have a look. No, it's Samster. So it's a battle between Samster and Schumacher, IMA.
Oh, I see somebody has an in-game penalty. Let me take a quick look. Schumacher, IMA, 10-second penalty from the game. I'm thinking that's for the 3 wide in the chicane. I wouldn't doubt that. It was definitely, that definitely seemed like it would draw a penalty of some sort.
That penalty, of course, will be looked at after the race, but well, I can't lead the board anyway. It's currently Mr. Steve-O is in P1. I Love Jigsaws is in P2. Andy Koyp is in P3. But I Love Jigsaws will not be P2 at the end of the race.
Oh no, he won't. It looks like he's trying to make a move for the first place. I'm guessing he thinks he will. But yeah, he's weaving around a little bit, which is always nice. And ends up going wide.
Well, he is.
2 wide to the left-hander. Steve-O having the optimal liner on the outside makes a good overtake to take back the lead. Good defending from both, but Steve-O ends up prevailing.
I am just wondering if they actually heard. If he actually heard what we was talking about, and again in the lobby.
Yeah, quite possibly.
So we could be looking. He could kick off at after the first set of well, first stop. So it's definitely one we've got to watch tonight.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it, but after that first lap, I've had to move my eyes around a little bit. Other than that, it's been decent battling. But like first through third are starting to come closer together through the slipstream, and Andy Quave's starting to look at possibly making a move for one of the front row spots.
Let's hope Andy can make that move.
No DRS though, as it is the intro weather. It does have a nice bar of curves, and slipstream's pretty effective when it comes to down these long straights, the front and the back stretch to the chicane. Expect to see a lot of moves being made there. Possibly also.
I was actually, I must say, I was actually thinking the chat room's looking a little bit quiet, aka no sawing wombat, but just as I thought that speak of the devil, and along he comes. And as we lost connection.
Let me get him in here. Okay.
And then let's just listen to the gear changes of this Mercedes.
I don't know how long this intro weather is going to last, because if it goes the full distance, the intros really can't be stretched out that far. They don't know, but they don't have enough intros to be able to make 30 laps. I do know that much.
So then what happens?
Well, they're going to have to really stretch the tires a lot farther than they're supposed to. Probably going to be seeing some really sloppy sections where you're going to be running on pure red tires, and that's a shame, but they have to compensate for what they're given. I'm looking at Andy Coy getting some pressure from the Lotus of Estivo for the third and final spots on the podium. Could, looks like he's setting up a move for the Dunlop curve, gets his nose in there, but Andy Coy holds it well, just giving him enough room and keeping his momentum through the corner to get actually a hefty gap out of it too, as well as a good defense. He has a good amount of curves left as well.
Well, luckily we've got a camera on the car that can look back, so we're going to see this battle from Andy Coy's rear-facing camera.
Up in front of him though, you have Jason still looking at the back of Mr. Stevo, who's held his own up there pretty well, but those tires are probably going to start dropping off, meaning he's not going to be as difficult to defend, as the aggressor has to make some serious moves on worn tires. As they head to the inside, Mr. Stevo holding the inside, as Jigsaw is going to try and come underneath them through the corner, not Stevo making his car as wide as possible. And now we're starting to see third and fourth coming in the mix now. Definitely some close battling. As I see what looks to be a battle for fifth back there, but right now I see Andy Coy making a move on Jigsaw's around the outside. We just saw Mr. Stevo make a move just like this a couple laps ago, and Andy Coy I think is going to follow suit. What an overtake. That's a three-way battle for second places now. Miss A. Stevo is looking to make the move around the inside, but can't make it stick on the worn intros.
So these intermediate tyres must be dropping off as we speak. But then Andy's kept his tyres quite fresh.
Yes.
Well, it's a bit bouncy over the chicane. And we've got our first pit. I believe that is... Is that a Steve-O?
That was a Steve-O, yeah, coming in. They must be thinking they either heard the call that there's dry weather coming, or he's looking to stretch the other 2 sets of intros as Jigsaw makes a move down the inside of Koib, but goes way deep, and Koib just slides right in underneath. So these worn tires are really making it difficult to stick to the track as Jigsaw now goes wide and loses even more time. Definitely struggling for grip out there. As you see another person in the pits. I think we're going to see some of the back of the pack make their moves now, maybe get some fresh rubber. But, other than that, things have spread out decently. Hasn't been any... After the first lap, everybody's clogged together, but I think things have spread out fairly well. It looks like there is a little bit of a bundle back there for the final point of 10th place, which actually would be 9th place. Righteous Tag in 8th, and it looks to be the Schumacher IMA in 9th. Definitely further back than they expected to be, but hopefully they can maybe stick it out and get some good points in the end, maybe off of some mistakes from some other drivers.
Well, the gap between Mr. Steve-O and Andy Koib has widened substantially. Can't even get my words out again, but they must be looking at and Andy Koib. Everyone pits in. So the first three all come in at the same time. Battle of the pit stops. Can Mercedes get their car out before the Williams?
Yeah, I would say Williams has to be careful here because he's the one who can be held up the most. Especially if he gets out just in time.
Just gets out.
And so does Koib.
So positions.
And it looks like that would be a Toro Rosso. I think that is Conrad who just got by them there.
And
actually, that was the Lotus. That was the Lotus of a Steve-O. He actually made a really good undercut and got a lot of time out of that.
Well done, Steve-O. So Steve-O has actually managed to make the undercut work.
It looks like there's also another Mercedes. Check who that is in 5th place. Can't see it with all the spray that well. GSY Davey in the Mercedes has now gained some time from the pit stops. Possibly from the undercut. You wouldn't expect the rain to last through the entirety of the race, but you never know when it comes to a 78% chance of rain. That is a hefty amount.
I wonder what the stream thinks. So, there you go. Samster's commenting on the stream. Oh, the joys! Internet crashed. Well, unfortunate. That is an unfortunate event that does happen.
Oh, I know how you feel. Actually, I couldn't make the GP2 race, and the F1 race I had to retire from due to poor internet connection. It's a shame.
Well, as long as you're with us and you're watching us, then you're still in it.
Well, you never know. There's only now 11 drivers, well, excluding one. Now you're down to 10.
I love Jigsaw's.
You do have a point, Samster, guaranteed.
I love Jigsaw's. It's gone very wide. No, he didn't make it stick. But that leaves GSY Davey on board. He actually dropped back from that corner there. There is a massive gap between 5th and 6th. gear change to the Mercedes of Davey. Hopefully the weather should pick up soon.
They better be hoping that it either intensifies or dries off. They're really going to have to stretch the options. We can only... Ooh, Jigsaw's bumps into the Mercedes of GSY Davey. He lets off, so I guess he acknowledged the incident. Really interesting.
That would be the Mercedes of
Andy Coy.
Andy Coy.
Do they have the same helmet? Oh, no, the helmet looks similar,
But I love... Oh, and GSY Davey hits the barrier.
but he didn't lose any of his wing, it looks like. Well, actually, no, he didn't.
No, he lost
He loses a small
few
piece.
end plates.
Yeah, a few end plates. Now, good thing to lose downforce in this situation.
I don't think I've ever been round a track so fast in my life. As a lot of the guys in the league could say. You might need to unplug your mic and plug it back in, Taco.
How is it now?
It's still a little bit bleepy occasionally, but yeah. We've got, oh, there's a little battle going up there, right towards the end. It's got a little butchers.
10th place, yeah.
That's, I think, between the last two again.
See, a little bit of lagging
no.
from, I think we just had a 5-second lag for the Williams of Mr. Stevo. He just came out of nowhere right into the face of 3rd place.
Right, Taco, if you give me a couple of minutes, I'll be back.
You know? This is definitely stretching out. Chico's making a little bit of a dive into the inside of Andy Coy. Making the car stick with the fresh rubber. But vulnerable to counter attack from Andy Coy, who's looking at the inside of Jigsaw's into the next corner. Jigsaw's holding to the outside, looking to get the inside line for the next corner. Cuts it a little bit, but definitely holds the position.
Right, I am back. Back in the box with Psychic Taco. Right, so we are on board with...
Right now, it looks like it's just mainly holding the inches on. Nobody's making any really rash moves. I think people are trying to save tire. It looks like they don't know if it's going to dry up anytime soon or not. We want to really be able to stretch those inches as long as possible.
Speed Demon.
It's just why Davey goes wide in turn 1. Losing a little bit more and more time due to the end plate loss. He's just now in 5th place.
So. Schumacher IMA is holding himself up against Speed Demon.
Oh, I see somebody in the pits right now. The Smythical by Fresh Set, I believe, of intermediates. A little bit of an early pit stop, but see how it works out for him. Hey, Steve, I know has built a pretty significant gap to the likes of Boyd, Steve-O, and Jigsaw's.
Boy, I see Righteous take quite close then.
No new in-game penalties. Everybody's been keeping it clean other than the first lap. And definitely been pretty well done by most drivers, keeping it on the track and keeping it consistent. Getting a message.
Right, we've got a Steve-O in P1, so in first place we've got a Steve-O. Mr. Steve-O is in second, I Love Jigsaws is in third at the moment, Andy Coybe is in fourth, Connorized is in fifth, Righteous Tag is sixth, Rybo is in seventh, Schumacher IMA has just taken GSY Davey, so that's GSY Davey in ninth, Speed Demon is in 10th, Smythical is 11th.
Looks like they're going to swap it out right about now. Speed Demon getting another set of inches. There must be something going on with them falling off the rain possibly sometime soon if they're coming in so early. Trying to maybe get their time just right so where they stop when it dries up. Saving them a nice pit stop possibly. But, or maybe getting them some fresh rubber for the final run of this. But never know. Sadly we can't hear when the weather is drying up, only when it starts. That's a shame. But, other than that, it'll be interesting to see how the front runners take it. If you see a large influx of people maybe come into the pits, then we know that there's most likely a drying starting to dry up soon, possibly. Yeah, Steve-O is coming into the pits now. I see Mr. Steve-O and everybody else has stayed out, so I'm thinking that it's going to be drying up soon. What do you think, Sharky? What do you think?
I don't know, we're about 50, we're halfway through the race at the moment, so 50%. I would say, yeah, with another 4 to 5 laps, we should have no rain.
Quite possibly. The clouds still look somewhat gloomy, but definitely seeing some mixed strategies. People still staying out. We can see how much time you get on the fresh enters from how much time Steve-O had gotten from the one lap he went in early. So he's maybe looking at doing that again, where he gets a large gap decrease because of the one extra fresh set compared to them.
Well, we'll find out if Steve-O does get the cut done again. Hopefully he will.
Keep an eye on him. That gap is decreasing. You can see it on the map. His speed is just significantly higher through the corners and theirs. At this point, you're thinking he's probably going to easily get back first and probably create a larger gap than what he had before.
Well, I'm expecting. We're expecting Mr. Steve-O to hit now.
This would be the
and yes, he does pit now. But I believe that I Love Jigsaw stays out.
You think of the gap that they had previous, and now we have Steve-O coming around the final corner already. So the gap that's going to be made is now even larger than it was previous. And this is going to really make it Ace Evo's race to lose. You know, he's going to have such a significant gap, and now that the other guys are staying out 2 laps more than what he did. As we see, looks like 5th and 6th both came in now. Looks like 7th has stayed out, 8th as well, and 9th is the one person I don't know. 10th and 11th have already pit, Smithical and Speed Demon. Looks like 9th is already pitted as well. That would be everybody that, except for the front 2, have pitted. And Ace Evo's actually on the same straight as him now, already in 2 laps. Definitely concerning for the 2 in the front.
What I put down, I think Ace Evo's going to win this. I think he's going to get it.
I think he has this one in the bag. As long as you don't mess him up with your commentator's curse. Sharky, that's it.
Oh, don't you worry, I will try.
You could see they were heading into the chicane when he came to the DRS straight entry, and now he's already cut the straight down by half, so that's a big gap decrease. Let's see if they're going to stay out again. It looks like they're both coming in now.
So that gap is going to be at least, what, 20 seconds?
Oh, definitely. And now you think the likes of Mr. Steve-O, he's coming around the final corner, and he's going to have another huge gap. A good move for him to come in a little bit earlier than his opposition. You'll see how much of a gap he's going to have as they come out of the pits. It's a lot more than what he had prior. And it's definitely going to play a big role in him getting that 2nd spot on the podium.
So yeah, Steve-O's now got to stay focused. I'm on board with GSY Davey at the moment. Seems to be pulling away from the 6th position of Colorize.
I think the pit strategies have all spread everybody out, staying in those extra laps, or definitely have made it for break niche for a lot of people. And I think, looking at Righteous Tag now, he's in 7th, but Isaac Conrise, who had an early mistake and got in an incident in the chicane on the first lap, was all the way down into 12th place, and has silently made his way up into 6th place. Definitely the front of the mid-pack. GSY Davey may be also considered in the mid-pack, but have sort of small groups and pockets of people that are competing for vital points in the championship, and definitely possibly see some interesting and varying strategies when it comes to the end of the race on what lap they come in for the last set of enters if they need to. Definitely could make it if you want to get 12 points or if you're going to get only 4 points.
But they've got to be on their last set of enters now.
You get 3 or 4 sets, I'm thinking. Yep.
I think it's 3 sets of enters, 3 wets.
I think they get 4 sets, so I may be mistaken on that one. Should have remembered this from Malaysia, but that was what. Yeah, you only have 3 wet sets. You have 4 inter sets. So that's what it is.
Ah, there you go. So you've got 4 inter sets. So they should be able to make it. Inter should make 10 laps.
Good hope.
If you had the correct setup.
I think at 8 to 7 laps apiece, you know, with 7, you got if you do 7 laps apiece, you got 28, and if you do 8, you got 32. So really, you only have to do a couple 7s and a couple 8-lap stints, and you're good to go. But 7 and 8 laps on these seem to be a bit of a struggle for some people. Looks like the gap to second place is shrinking a little bit, but that would be Jigsaw's trying to catch him. I don't think that's really good. To Mr. Steve-O, I think they know that situation. And I think so does Andy Coybe. He's just going to try and avoid incident now.
So yeah, with the way it will be at the end of the race, with I Love Jigsaw's disqualification, it'll be a Steve-O, Mr. Steve-O, and Andy Coybe on the podium.
I think they're starting to bundle up for 5th through 7th, which would actually be 4th through 6th. So that are some significant points being there. Conroy's and Righteous Tag in the 6th and 7th provisionally right now, and with 10 laps to go, you can maybe see one of these guys maybe going a little bit early. As Righteous Tag just misses the pit barrier by maybe a hair length. I'm sure that is close. I mean, just nicking that pit barrier, you're going to be losing some end plate, if not your whole wing. And, very lucky. Just why Davey goes a little deep into the first corner. Definitely needs to keep that gap as far as he can from Conroy's. Wouldn't want to give him the slipstream, as that's also vital in this wet weather. Oh, he goes into the wall and he loses even more end plate on his left side of his, or right side of his wing, and he's going to lose 5th place, and he's possibly being challenged for 6th. Righteous Tag right on the gearbox, and just by Davey doing everything he can with defensive wing missing to defend. Using most all of his curves into the Dunlop curve. Righteous Tag getting the inside line. Just why Davey can't hold the outside with the lack of those end plates. And man, with that one part right there, that one mistake, he just lost 2 positions and a lot of time. That is harsh.
It's lap 21 and the rain still has not stopped.
Looks like it may stay the course through the whole race, and definitely will make some interesting finishing, that's for sure. No DRS for really good overtakes. You're going to have some worn inters at the end. See what people can do to make a move. Looks like Jigsaw's is catching Mr. Steve-O, but again, I'm not really going to be concerned with that. Then you have Conroy's and Righteous Tag. Righteous Tag closing in slightly every lap. But with the pit stops coming up soon, do you expect him maybe to try and get an undercut on?
I think if they was to pit now, they could go to the end, but will the undercut work?
Yeah, we see somebody in the pits right now, actually, as you say. This is the beginning of the pit window. I mean, this is 8 laps remaining.
That should probably GSY Davey going in for a nose change.
Nah, that would be significant. GSY Davey stuck out. He's in 7th still. Speed Demon in 8th, catching up to him, but first stays out, 2nd of Mr. Steve-O stays out, Jigsaw stays out, Andy Coybe stays out, going down to 5th and 6th. See what they do. This could make a big difference if one of these guys decides to go in now. Did you see how difficult it is to overtake on the worn tires? And they both stay out. Maybe looking to stretch it for one more lap. Conroy's goes a little bit wide, has to get off the throttle a little bit, giving Righteous Tag a possible slipstream maneuver into turn 1. Conroy's going down towards the inside of the track. Righteous Tag stays underneath him though. Conroy's didn't shut the inside down enough. He really just sort of held the middle of the track and let Righteous Tag pick which side he wanted. Righteous Tag getting the opportunity, picked the side he wanted to, and took the spot. Good move. It looks like we have another person in the pits. Yeah.
Parts of that track actually look dry.
That was GSY Davey in the pits. The rain has stopped, actually, now that you, well, it's very light, very, very light.
It's very light. Some of the, as I said, some of the track looks a bit dry.
GSY Davey is on the enters, so he pitted for the enters. I'm interested to see what Acevo does here. I'm considering he'll go into the pits, or maybe they're planning to stretch it out so the track dries up for some dry tires, you know? That could be what they plan to do. And that really could backfire for some of the people that went in early, like Acevo, who, although has a large gap, he's really pushing those enters right now. And possibly could lose a significant amount of time if a mistake occurs.
Well, I'm on board with Steve at the moment. The gap does look pretty nice. They'd probably expect the Lotus team to be bringing them in, I'd say, the end of this lap.
If they go in this lap, it's most likely inter tires, though. They may slap on a set of dry tires, you don't know. But
don't know, the first one's got to be the daring one.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you make the wrong call, you're losing the spot. But if he goes for inters and has to make a whole nother stop for dry tires, he may also lose the race that way. So, really, it's a 50-50 call on what to do. You have to make a good judgment call here to win the race.
Because now the rain has stopped, it's just the track drying up. I would say end of this lap, maybe the end of the next lap, going for the dry compound tyres.
Yeah, I think you can make it stick. See what he does here. He comes through the chicane. He seems to be going pretty slow. Yeah, he's heading towards the pits. We'll see what he goes for.
Right, Just Keys has put there's a battle for second and third. No, that battle for second and third is a disqualified driver.
Looks like they have also came into the pits, possibly. No, Mr. Stevo has stayed out. Jigsaws has went in. Mr. Stevo on a dry set of primes. That could be a
so
big
he has
call.
gone on the high. It's. I think he may have made the right decision.
I'll see if he can make it through corner one. He puts the brakes on. Oh yeah, he can make it through just fine.
Yes, the track looks dry. I think he made the right decision at the right time, and I think that he's going to get this race.
Yeah, I think if he can make it stick, then he's won the race, that's for sure. And we have the likes of some other drivers. I think that would be Righteous Tag and Conroy's. Righteous Tag on the dry tires has stayed in front of Conroy's, who's also on the dry tires. Looks like the rest of the field's finally coming in. GSY Davey dry tires. Speed Demon on dry tires. Yeah, looks like everybody's making a move for the dries now. And Ribo on the options, interesting. Schumacher on the primes. Yeah, and Ribo, I think, has made a pretty nasty mistake. The options don't seem to grip that well in this condition, and yeah, he's struggling a little bit, but the primes actually do grip a little bit better. They do. And GSY Davey has actually lost 7th place. I did forget about that. And, it's a shame. As already we see Acevo catching up to the back of 2nd and 3rd place. Looks like they're going to have to go on this lap with that.
Jigsaw's has destroyed his vehicle.
It looks like he ramped off the chicane. And that is, I swear, if that's a safety car. That is a safety car.
He's done that on purpose.
Yep, that is on purpose.
I will have to look into a full disqualification for that. that has just ruined Estevo's race, I believe.
Yes, it has. Well, it's definitely made it not as easy as Steve. He's in the lead, but now there's a safety car, and it's going to bring the field all together.
That's right. He's that was uncalled for. Soren Wombat on the stream has asked why was he disqualified?
It just went, oh my, nope, I know what just happened. He got by the safety car and it caused, oh, the glitches are now occurring. You know what? I'm guessing that's exactly what happened. He drove by the safety car because it allowed him through, and then it disqualified him.
We'll find out what position he was in. Maybe have to give him that position back.
Did you get disqualified by passing the safety car?
No, I got disqualified for hitting it because somebody came in my room, it distracted me and I drifted wide and hit it.
Oh my. Oh jeez.
It all made a thing anyway, saying we're just going to stay in the positions we were because of what happened.
Yeah, that's actually that's probably the best way.
Okay, so we're gonna call the race through. That is shameful.
That is very shameful. So, by the looks of it, the safety car is out, and they're going to finish the race like this.
Actually, you know what?
So
you can actually turn off the because Jigsaw's just joined the Twitch, and I think he's going to try and get the reaction. So we can just sit here and enjoy ourselves. As everybody on the stream, welcome Jigsaw's to the chat with a nice hello. He definitely has ruined the race for you guys.
By the looks of it, the safety car's been out. This is the first lap that are behind. Probably another 1 or 2 laps the safety car will be back in.
Yeah, I think this will definitely be the finishing positions. I think it's very honorable. David, do you remember you were in 8th place, right? Because you were behind Suzy.
Yeah, I was in 7th because of Jigsaw had destroyed his car.
Oh yeah, well yeah, so you're 7th, yeah.
Yeah. Just gonna stay there then.
Yeah, we'll give you 7th.
Okay, alright.
They just gotta be careful now, because the safety car can always lag and cause a disqualification for another driver. Should be a Steve. I hate when that happens.
Crazy Fish has asked what has he missed.
Oh, you missed a great finish that was ruined. Immature child.
But we was expecting it.
I wasn't expecting that. He let other drivers through throughout the whole race politely and raced clean. It just destroys his vehicle at the end. It's really disrespectful.
Looks like the safety car is coming in this lap.
like they're actually racing to the finish. I think they're going to give you 7th place, but they're just going to race you to the finish. You understand the situation. Steve just lost first and second. That is. I just got a message from Jigsaw saying that he destroyed his vehicle on the pit barrier. Okay.
Yeah, we're not interested with him. In my eyes, I believe in your eyes, is gone. We've just got to confirm it with a few other people.
I think we may have a nice finish.
Crazy Fish has said, I've never seen a safety car out this late. No, the safety car was brought out on purpose. I think they are racing, but I think at the end they're going to give the positions back.
Yeah, we'll figure it out at the end. So, Davey, what was the reaction when it came out? Because I know Jigsaw's was around other drivers. Did he hit the pit barrier, or did he go over the chicane?
I don't know. I was too far back, and no one really said anything. But as soon as they thought about the safety car coming out, everyone came to the conclusion that Jigsaw did it on purpose anyway.
So hopefully Steve-O does get P1 back.
Yeah, there is DRS, I do believe, so he has a good shot at it. I mean, he has almost a full bar of curves here. He does have DRS, and he's deploying all the curves. I think he's actually going to try and go for the overtake here. Yeah, he's definitely defending the position, but he's going to get on the outside of the chicane. He's going to make it stick around the outside of the chicane. Contact! Oh, my. Confusing and disappointing finish to this race. That's all.
Yeah, very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm going to the game chat. Don't worry about post-race interviews. I don't think anyone else will do that.
No, okay guys, this is the end of the stream. Right, so there you go, we've got Mr. Steve-O, Righteous Tag in 2nd, Steve-O is in 3rd, Speed Demon 4th, Conor Rice 5th, Rybo 6th, Andy Quebb 7th, Smithfical 8th, 9th is Schumacher IMA, I Love Jigsaw's, Sam Star as both retired. Alright, thank you very much for watching guys.